Guys, I've had this car for 39 days. I'm at the car wash right now. I've driven 1,636 miles on it since I've got it in those 39 days. I'm gonna go ahead and wash this car, and I feel like now I can do a review of the car. I know the car, I know the features, I know what it can do. This is a review for my 2015 BMW M4. It is a 2015. It has 22,785 miles above it with 21,148 or something like that. So this has the twin turbo 3.0 inline 6-cylinder in it. It's kind of like the M54. I always had 335s, so I've had a couple of 335s. It's kind of like the M54, kind of just rebuilt. Maybe, I don't know, it's the same concept. It looks very similar, the whole structure and everything else. So just change the intercooler, the bigger turbos, things like that. This motor does have 425 horsepower and 406 torque. BMW is known to underrate their motors. I'm actually thinking about going to get a dyno day before I start touching anything to see what the stock power is. It does 0-60 in 3.9 seconds, which is pretty good. It's not like it's a supercar or anything like that. It's just a BMW sports car. It does have the LSD though, helps slide around. I did choose the dual clutch transmission. I've been looking for a manual. I've always looked for the manuals, but how often do you get the chance to use a dual clutch transmission? That's what it's used in like the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Koenigsegg, things like that. So I wanted to make sure I try out. My worry, that may be my only complaint. I worry in 6 months to a year I'm going to end up missing the manual side of things. But this thing shifts so fast, and you still have you can launch control, everything else. The only thing that I miss is popping the clutch during a drift or something like that. I specifically chose this car. It was very hard to actually find. I looked for like 6-7 months. I wanted to make sure that I got the leather wrap dash with the following along with the door panels. I think it looks so much better, makes it look so much more quality. I have the adaptive driving, so the suspension you can soften to stiffen, and then like that. So if I'm trying to go have fun, I'll stiffen it up. If I'm just going in Tulsa that 2-hour drive, I'll just put it in comfort mode. I am planning on getting bags though, so I may be ruining that feature here in a little while. You can also change the steering wheel stiffness, and you can also change your throttle response. You can put it in efficient to sport plus. Sport plus, if you give it a little bit over half throttle, the wheels just spin like you just saw. What's really cool about this car is since it has so many different options and the way it drives, from the stiffness of really the steering, suspension, and your throttle response, and even your heads-up display can change. There's actually an M1 and an M2 button, and what you can do with those is you can actually save your mode. So you can say, I want my throttle response in sport, and my suspension in sport plus, and my steering in sport with the M display. I can go ahead and hold down M1 or M2 and save that spot. So every time I get in the car, I can go ahead and just push it. It also works with traction control. If you have traction control off and save it, you gotta actually double push every time you activate it as a warning and letting you know you're about to try for traction control. This vehicle has safety features just like lane departure warning. It has the surround vision camera, backup camera, sensors front and back, and it has blind spot detection, which is actually right there. Blind spot detection's on the mirror in the inside. Forgot to show that. But with blind spot's really cool. It really makes you kind of lazy. I've been not really trusting it fully. I've had a lot of cars that I've seen with it, but I've never used it myself. The speaker system in this thing's made by Harman Kardon. BMW's always had the best speaker quality ever. Like, you can go GMC and test out the Bose upgrade audio. It's like half of what the Harman Kardon is. Even my buddy's 06 Mini Cooper has the Harman Kardon, and I think it almost sounds better than this one. It's incredible. This is a 16 speaker vehicle. It has subs, tweeters. I don't even know how they fit 16, but there's one on the dash, there's tweeters on the doors, normal speakers on the doors, there's subs under the seats, there's on the back seats, there's a tweeter and normal speakers. It just goes on and on. And then there's moments like this where I'm just cruising. I have the exhaust flaps are open because I'm in Sport Plus mode on the throttle response. It opens up and makes the exhaust louder as you go up. But I'm just cruising and this car is incredibly quiet. The road noise is little to nothing. Like, it kind of blows me away compared to other cars I've been in. This thing has lots of space in it. You can fit an easy 4 passengers in here comfortably. Even the back seats have a lot of legroom, which actually is very impressive to me. So, and then the quality of this whole car is so sturdy. The whole thing, everything on it, which is what BMW's always achieved. They're like the ultimate driving. They're some of the best driving experiences, and their quality is there. Yes, sometimes BMW has those models that are unreliable. Cough, cough, 335, M54, etc. But there's nothing better than like driving one of these cars, and you just have to try it yourself. This car also has the keyless entry. All you have to do is put your hand in the door handle and it unlocks. Then you just push your finger on top of it and that's when it locks. You got the hands-free trunk, so all you do is kick underneath the trunk and the trunk will open up if your hands are full. Things like that are the comfort. This car does weigh 3,600 pounds. On top of all the performance side of things, it is a kind of heavy car. You can get them lighter, you can do weight reductions and stuff like that, of course, too. I could be wrong on the weight, because there's a lot of different weights depending on the convertible, sunroof, carbon roof, GTS, things like that. This thing has tons of features that I'm not even going to talk about, kind of like the sensors that are up in the windshield for rain, so they auto wipe as fast as it rains, it goes faster. Same with the brights and the LED headlights with the halos in it, which look really good. There's just things all over this car that's just feature over feature over feature, like the dual zone climates. You have a touchpad for the pointless touchpad here that you can preset all your settings, like right here. I have my tire pressures, and here I got the horsepower, so it shows you horsepower, torque, things like that. The blind spot detection I didn't really talk about, but that is a really neat feature. It's on the mirrors. These mirrors look amazing. I would never replace them. Usually on cars, like, oh, I want to get the little tiny track mirrors or something like that. No, these mirrors look amazing. I will keep them. It has all the safety features like SOS, garage door openers. It goes on and on. But either way, this car is perfect daily. If you're looking to get a BMW M4, get it. Get it now. Don't hold back. It is worth every freaking penny. Maybe new, I don't know, maybe look for one that's like a year old. I wasn't going to take that big drop that new cars take. I refused to. I still have all the warranties on this thing, up to 50,000 miles, 4 years. I've added a lot of carbon fiber to this vehicle. Most of it is actually added by me, but it did come with the interior trim. It also came with the carbon fiber roof. I wanted to make sure I get the carbon fiber roof. That was a big pet peeve of mine, to make sure I got it. Guys, the weight distribution on this thing in the front is 52.6, the rear is 47.4. It's so balanced, and what that means is you can be a bad driver and still do a lot of crazy things in this car. That was a pull. That makes me happy. See, those are the things. It's so balanced. You got launch control, which is just like popping the clutch. It makes such a smile on my face. This car is amazing. Everything about it. Like, I still miss the E92s. I see E92 M3 on the road. I drool over it. I miss the crap out of it. I wish I could just go get one and get just a daily. But dude, this car is a beast. And they sound good. People say they sound really bad, and I kind of agree with that with the restricted exhaust system, especially the factory one. I plan on doing a full exhaust on this completely and making it shoot flames, and you can make them sound good. They almost sound like diesels though, because the turbo noises that they put out and the injectors and everything else. They sound so great. I'm more than happy to say I highly recommend this car. It's actually the ultimate daily. You have the power, you have the comfort, the quiet, you have all the features, speakers, like it goes on and on and on. And then you have plenty of space. And if you wanted a 4-door, you can get the M3. It's the 4-door. It's the same exact car, same engine, same drive, everything. Highly recommend the dual clutch transmission. It's one of those things you just gotta play with. Like, I actually bogged it and killed it. It was weird because it's not like an automatic in manual mode. It is, but it's not. It won't shift on you. It won't force you to shift unless you do launch control. It doesn't want you to hold it for some reason. There's things like that. The little things here and there I could pick peeve. The whole car looks stunning. The car is amazing looking. The only complaint I really have is compared to E92 M3 and like 335, the E92, the wide body on it was so much more aggressive, and the hood was so much more aggressive, and you had side skirts that looked different. This M4 is way too close to, like I say, a normal 440. It just is. You have different bumpers, you have a different hood that barely even notices. The hump is very weak. It's a lightweight hood, lightweight trunk. The trunk is actually beautiful, I give them that, but it doesn't even look wide-bodied. It looks amazing, but it doesn't look wide-bodied, and that's my complaint, because I love cars that look a little bit more wide. That's why I wide-body my cars and put over fenders on it. I don't want to do it on this car, because there's no wide-bodies out that I even like. Guys, I love this car, and there's things I'm going to be doing to it over and over again. I have a rear diffuser that's probably going to be the next video that I'm going to be installing, and I am so excited for it because it is aggressive. It's a 4-piece by PSM. It's exciting. I'm going to have to hold off though. I need to get more Mini Cooper content, so there's that too. But this is my 2015 BMW M4 review. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'm sure I'm going to watch this video and be like, dang it, because there's so many things on this car, and I'm blown away. It was my dream car for quite a while. That and the E92 M3, I really wanted another one of those, but I knew I needed to get away from the E92 because I've had so many of them. But alright guys, I'll see you next time. Also, wait, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me, and I'll see you next Friday.